At James River High School, Kirsten Henning was a standout soccer player. The Midlothian native went on to shine at Virginia Tech, where she walked onto the women's soccer team in 2018 and started 37 matches in her first 2 seasons at the university. But according to a federal lawsuit filed on March 3rd, Henning says this season she was benched and eventually forced off the team for refusing to kneel before games during the fall season. Henning filed the lawsuit against her former coach, Chugger Adair, claiming he engaged in a campaign of abuse and retaliation that caused her to leave the program. In the wake of social justice and the Black Lives Matter movements, several students have taken a knee before games in a show of support. Henning's lawsuit claims she supports social justice but doesn't support the BLM organization.
She earned a scholarship. She earned it. She wasn't handed this scholarship. She wasn't she was literally on the field, on the soccer field playing, and you took her out of the game because she didn't virtue signal for you before the game. This is a woman who thought for herself. What is up, everybody? Welcome here to Half-Ass Pod. It's your boy Corn. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell as well, because you never know when your boy's going to be dropping, and I will be dropping a few videos this week. I get to do 2 of my favorite things in one video. I get to bash BLM, and I also get to talk about Hokie sports. It is going to be a good video for me. Ex-Virginia Tech soccer player Kirsten Henning, who actually refused to not only kneel for BLM, but she refused to be another virtue signaling puppet. That's right. She refused to be another virtue signaling puppet. And with good reason. So back in 2020, I don't know, this could have been a summer of love or this could have been after, but it was during that year, 2020. And the timing, to be honest, the timing is actually irrelevant of when this even happened. Because it's the principle of the whole damn thing. Which is the head coach, the soccer head coach, Chugger Adair, got mad at Kirsten because she decided not to kneel, not to virtue signal, not to push some stupid ass narrative for someone who just wanted to go to college and be a good soccer player. In 2020, she then found herself in between being a virtue signaling puppet and being a normal fucking person.
Now who the fuck did that?
And so when she said, look, I just want to be a normal person. I'm all cool with all that stuff with if something bad, if actual injustice is happening, and I think anybody with a level-headed mind would agree with this. If actual social injustice is happening, then yeah, obviously let's take care of it. But one thing that's not going to solve any of that is kneeling at a soccer game. None of that is going to be fixed by kneeling at a soccer game. None of that is going to be fixed by kneeling at a basketball game or a football game. None of that is going to be fixed by these celebrities and these actors walking around holding up signs saying that they stand against this and stand against that. That, to me, is virtue signaling at its finest. Pandering at its finest. And yet, Chugger Adair noticed that, Kirsten's not kneeling for BLM. So instead of just understanding and saying, hey, this is America, it's a free country for now, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. You don't want to kneel, you don't have to. But instead, what does Chugger Adair do? This dude decides at halftime, I'm going to yell at my player for not doing what everybody else was doing. For not being a fucking sheep to the government. For not being a fucking sheep to BLM. And these SJW fucking weirdos. Not even warriors. You know what? We should call them social justice weirdos. That's what we should call them. Not even warriors. So that, yeah, they are SJWs. They're social justice weirdos. So during halftime, he quote unquote berates her, right? He gets in her ear. He yells at her. He gets mad at her. He lets her know that he means business, apparently. And then ever since then, she has not seen another minute of soccer. He benched her the next 2 games after this game. And then she ended up quitting. But then in 2021, something remarkable happened. Kirsten Henning decided to sue. And guess what happened? She didn't win. There was a settlement. Now, while I am happy that there was that she was able to walk away with some money in this. I was happy she was able to walk away with some money with this, of course. But at the same time, fam, what it was is saying, hey, there's no wrongdoing, because at least on paper, this is saying there was no wrongdoing on either one of these parts, from either party. There was no wrongdoing from the coach, and there was no wrongdoing from the player. Therefore, there is a settlement. Now, to me, I don't look at this as now, look, we got to take the W's as much as we can get them. And by we, I mean, again, us normal folk, right? So her winning this money, it's great. It's great. She got a settlement. She's free to do whatever now. I mean, she always has been free to do whatever, but she's actually free to do whatever. I don't know if she was still enrolled at Tech or not. Ever since Beamer retired, and I'd probably say even before Beamer retired, people started seeing that not just Virginia Tech, not just UVA, not just other colleges in the state of Virginia, but we started seeing all of these D1 colleges all over the country start to act stupid. Start to hire these SJWs as not just their professors, but as their coaches. And if you don't believe me, Coach Jason Brown, shout out to Coach Jason Brown, Coach JB from Last Chance U. Go to his YouTube page. Go to his Twitter page, his Instagram. You'll see how dumb a lot of these fucking coaches are in college athletics. You don't think these are virtue signaling plants? The fact that this coach was not fired?
I mean, seriously. You have to be a fucking stupid-ass moron if you think for a second that it isn't unfair.
And look, y'all know me. I don't call for boycotting. I don't call for firing of people. I don't call for people being killed or I don't call for violence towards people or none of that shit. But fam, there is a line. She earned this scholarship. She earned it. She wasn't handed this scholarship. She wasn't she was literally on the field, on the soccer field playing, and you took her out of the game because she didn't virtue signal for you before the game. I am surprised that this didn't go higher up to the AD, the athletic director. I'm surprised it didn't get as high as the dean of Tech. But I have to be honest, man, this is part of the reason why I dropped out of college. And I was going to school for journalism. So you guys already know the fuckery I had to deal with from fellow students and professors.
I think cops are heroes and they have to have a difficult job, but we have to have that
all of
fine
them?
life. Have bad people in every business and every part.
Wait. Police officers have committed atrocious crimes and have gotten away with it and have never been convicted of any of it.
I was assuming that she would just play devil's advocate, and but she put her bias in there and she gave me what she thought of the police, and it was a little bit sad, to be honest with you.
And that he worries conservative students can't express themselves properly in college.
We need to have unity back in our country and learn to have civil debates again, left, right, and center.
So I can wholeheartedly understand why she's like, you know what? I'm just going to take my money and fucking cash out and run.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Now, in her lawsuit, Henning said that while she supports social justice and believes that Black Lives Matter, she does not support BLM, the organization, citing its tactics and core tenets of its mission statement, including defunding the police. Facts. Terrible shit, and doesn't make any fucking sense. After Henning opted not to kneel during a reading of a unity statement before a September 12, 2020 game against UVA, her coach verbally attacked her during halftime. And again, like I said, he benched her 2 games later. She quit the team altogether, and then that's when the lawsuit came out. And now she got the settlement. Now, this fucking weirdo head coach, Adair, comes out and he says, it's unfortunate, but this ordeal was about a disappointment and disagreement about playing time. Today we have clarity that this case lacked any standing and without evidence the truth has prevailed. Yeah, the truth being that you are an idiot and probably should not be coaching on a college campus. That's the only truth I got out of this, is that you are a virtue signaling fuck. And you can't let people decide for themselves. You can't let people think for themselves. The fact that a group of women from 18 to 24 and that you're in charge of, you act like they cannot think for themselves. That is the ironic part of this whole situation. Just hear me out, okay? I imagine there's millions of Kirsten Hennings around the world, let alone in this country, within college sports, that have probably either gone through the same thing, are going through the same thing, or will go through the same thing. And I think that they should do exactly what she did. Sue. Whether you're suing the athletic department, the coach, the school, whatever. Because if they're going to do this, imagine being a Kirsten Henning. Imagine being someone who just loves the game of soccer. And you're very talented at it. So talented that you get a D1 scholarship. You get there. Now you become because it's already in college, you're already a quote-unquote number, right? You know, it's a bunch of talented people. It's a bunch of talented people from different areas, sometimes different areas of the world, that are all on one team. So imagine coming to college, already having to adjust to, meeting different kind of people from different backgrounds, meshing with different personalities, and also trying to at least hone in on your craft with your talent. And you can't even focus on that in your grades because now you have BLM, the elemental P community. All these government weirdos, these government plants coming into our colleges now, telling our kids, not our kids, I shouldn't say our kids because I don't have fucking kids, but telling these kids, and when I say our kids, I just meant like America's kids, but telling these kids that, oh, you have to do this. You have to stand for this. And if not, you are a racist. If not, you are a homophobe. If not, you're a conspiracy theorist. I don't know when this is going to end. I don't know how it's going to end. But I can tell you one thing. Being woke, and we have learned this in the entertainment industry, being woke will equal empty seats. Will equal no ticket sales. This is a woman who thought for herself. Just remember that. And I'm happy for her. This is what a true and proud Hokie should be. Anyways, man, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy Corn. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. It's Half-Ass Pod, and I am OUT.
At the end of the day, we've allowed it. You either coach it or allow it. And we've allowed it at home. We've allowed it as coaches. We've allowed it as an NCAA, non-caring assholes of America. They're the worst. And, they're the ones that have allowed this the most. And obviously it's become, and now you see the guys getting out of Dodge because he knows this shit's about to hit the fan. And that's what these cowardly fucks do. They come in, they fuck shit up and leave.